Hey guys, long time no see. Now, I know what you're wondering. How did this little robot steal Christmas? Well, it all started in late November during PT. My good friend Cassan and I were practicing a dance in our separate groups. My group was being lazy and annoying. One of my group members, Karim, had been missing for a while and he came back with a message. Joshua, Mrs. Foyun is calling you. She says you're in big trouble. I entered class joined by Cassan. Hey, I know you two are good at drawing, so I was wondering if you could draw a really big Grinch for Door Day. Cassan and I were like, of course. Now Door Day is a tradition in our school all about decorating doors. There's really no reason other than class street cred. After wandering around the school for a bit, I found A3 paper. And Cassan and I got right to work. After an hour, we were done. The creature was magnificent. Suddenly, Cassan pulled an idea. I thought it was a good one. So, we stood near Mrs. Foyun's desk and explained that we could make a bunch of tiny Grinches and plant them around the school. Mrs. Foyun was immediately on board. So, after some prototyping, we got back to more work. And more work it was. It was so much work. The small cards looked like this. When we got back to my group, Karim was so angry at me that he was ready to punch me. Hey, it wasn't my decision. Plus, Karim was gone for an hour. Nobody said anything. You guys just don't want to admit that I've been carrying. I can say they disagreed with that. I still think I'm right though. The next day was normal school uniform, which I will not be drawing for the rest of this video. We did do more PT though, in our school uniform, which kinda sucked. Cassan and I continued drawing during break, drawing some more Grinchlets. Yeah, I just came up with that Grinchlets. You like it? Yeah, I know you like it. Yeah. Later, I went about sticking the big Grinch on the board to see how it would look on the door. As I pinned on the legs, I realized that my pants had a large gaping hole in between my legs. I asked permission and then practically sprinted to the bathroom. Cassan joined me after a while and said that I had to come out eventually. After that, I went on a large quest to find a needle and thread or tape or anything. I found nothing, and in the end, I had to ask Mrs. Foyun for a paperclip. And then we drew again. Finally, after what seemed like forever, I thought we had enough Grinchlets. But Cassan thought otherwise. I was hesitant. I was already so tired. Before I stuck my head back into my drawing, I glanced into Cassan's eyes and saw a glimpse of Big Green himself. Later, we were actually done. It was time to spread. Cassan and I snuck into a bunch of classes during break, planting our Grinch cards, Grinching almost the whole school. We're finally done. What? Cassan wanted more. I agreed to one last batch and got to drawing. We worked in normal class later on. I got some free time and decided to draw, like usual. But that's where I realized all I could think of drawing was the Grinch. It had turned into muscle memory. I had been infected. There was only one way to get rid of it. I had to help the Grinch. I had to get rid of Christmas. Right? I grinded hard. It was one last step, and we could get rid of this guy once and for all. Eventually we were done for the third time today. This was it. This was where we stole Christmas. But then I remembered I had tuck shop money. So I handed the Grinchlets to Cassan. I said I would catch up with him later. And so I went outside. What? I'm a pro gamer. I don't go outside. But I did. I went outside for the first time in 3 days. And it was beautiful. I hung out with friends too. After break, I was bummed to hear that Cassan had finished Grinching the school. When I got back to class, I realized that I could draw normally again. It turns out I didn't need to steal Christmas. I just needed to forget about it. Merry Christmas, that's the whole end card.